This Facebook session that you're about to witness, those of you who tune in, it is a risky one. You see, my profession are mouthpieces for the left or the right. Let's be honest. Conservative or Democrat or both. And frankly, the truth of the matter is that the majority of the media, they don't really care whether it's left or right. It's if they can earn money. That said, let me say something. I don't care if my career doesn't get to where I want to be. I don't care if I don't get to that level yet, because I'll eventually do it. I care about what is right and what is just. What is right and what is just will always be just and always be right. And I'm not going to back down. Not now. Hopefully never. Maybe people who want to get somewhere in life, how you doing, Adam? Maybe people who want to get somewhere in life will play the game. Maybe they'll be in servitude or a slave to their job. Maybe they'll keep their mouth shut in public. Maybe they'll keep their mouth shut so they don't lose their current job. Maybe if they want to get somewhere in acting or in journalism, they'll keep their mouth shut. Maybe if they know what's good for them, they'll keep their mouth shut. But when there's injustice, I will never keep my mouth shut. I will open my mouth as much as I can, and I don't care who likes it and who doesn't like it. I don't really care if all 7 billion people were against me. When it is right, it is right. When it is wrong, it is wrong. And I shall not accept what is wrong. All that being said, I know I'll lose some viewers, friends. Who cares? If you can't handle what is right, then you are automatically by default wrong. What am I babbling about? This man in the White House, this disgrace to humanity. Let me not mince words. We must do everything we can legally, ethically, peacefully, financially, and by getting to the polls to see that this man, Donald the Monster Trump, is not allowed to stay in that office. He must be impeached or voted out. Now, you might wonder, why am I getting so rough on him right now? Do you know that Donald Trump just literally today actually called people from Africa and other countries? He said they were the S-hole countries. The S-hole, yeah, the 4 letters. Actually, no, excuse me. I don't care if you're right wing, left wing, or in between. A president is not to use that language. How you doing, Lita and Rick? You don't use that language. Even if you feel that way, even if you're a racist or you're an idiot, you don't go around as a president of one of the most powerful nations in the history of the planet. You don't go around calling any country or any human being that. This man needs a lesson in integrity. This man needs a lesson in compassion. This man needs a lesson in what it means to be a human being. And I say to you, whether you are in Zimbabwe or in Pittsburgh, PA, whether you live in Miami or in Istanbul, we as Americans and as human beings of every country must not allow people like a Donald Trump to corrupt the minds of millions. How you doing, Beth? Donald Trump has crossed the line so many times that the line doesn't even exist. But when he calls countries the S word, that 4-letter word, S-hole, He's a president of a major nation. And he's speaking like that. He must be impeached. Now, I know that's not an impeachable offense. I'm not going for that reason. He needs to be impeached for a lot of other reasons. But when he speaks in that manner, I don't care how conservative you are, how right-wing you are, how beholden you are to lobbyists or your principles or your warped ideas. I don't care if you're a liberal and you have warped ideas, because believe me, a lot of them do too, on the other side. But a president must not speak that way. This is the same man that can kill every living human being on earth, including himself. Let us not forget that. Red belt, blue belt, green belt, purple belt. I don't care what kind of belt it is. This man has the power to kill every human being on earth, every animal on earth, every insect on earth. And he is one of the most immature human beings I've ever seen on the face of the earth. And he's in the White House. The nuclear codes. The nuclear codes. And for those of you who've been resting just a little bit easier, thinking, well, he can order a nuclear strike, but they don't have to launch it. Let me fill you in on the delusion that you may have. And I'm not trying to be mean to you. A lot of people think that they don't have to, and they are right if it is an illegal order. But here is where the problem lies. Every silo has at least 5 teams of 2. So if even one of that team of 2 decides to listen, goodbye world. Yeah, I would say you should be worried. I would say that every conservative, arch Trump loving would lick his ears if they had the chance. I think you might just want to get the memo and wake up, because guess what? He's not on your side. You think, well, maybe he's a Christian. Oh, please. I'm a Christian. I don't hate Donald Trump. I hate Donald Trump's actions. A Christian would never say countries from S-hole. And if they did, they are not a Christian. They may go into the church. They may be an evangelist. But they are not a Christian. And for him to say what he said, but then it got worse. Then he said, instead of African countries, why don't we bring people from Norway? Well, coincidentally, people from Africa are African, are black. People from Norway generally are white. Can we get any more racist? Now, maybe you don't like what I'm saying. Say you're going to leave. That's fine. Leave. Unfriend me. But what are you going to do if he decides to press that button? He's a nut. Let's go and say what he is. He has more psychological problems than a mental institution with everybody in it. This man is dangerous. He is deplorable. He is a disgrace to humanity. Did I make my point clear? But we shall not do anything that's going to get us in trouble. We shall fight this evil with our wallets by spending less money. We shall fight this evil by protesting and boycotting, by doing everything in our legal power, ethical power, and we shall keep it peaceful. And we shall get to the polls. Even those of you who hate voting shall get to the polls. But we shall defeat this abomination. I'm a Christian, so I can say abomination. And he is an abomination. And anybody that votes for him because of his so-called Christian beliefs or non-belief in abortion, I don't like abortion any more than the next human being. But guess what? I don't like women dying either. Do I like women having abortions if they were just fooling around, got pregnant, and it's disposable babies? Of course not. But you don't vote for Satan because he says, oh, well, I don't believe in abortion. The red belt needs to wake up now. The Democratic liberals need to wake up too, because guess what? You all think we have the best, but we don't. It was the Democrats, I said it was the Democrats that allowed our American people to end up $1 trillion in debt. They allowed Ronald Reagan to do Reaganomics. They allowed the corruption of this country. They're not perfect. They are the better choice. But we must be on them like white on rice times 50. So let me tell you, before I go, how we defeat Donald Evil Trump. Donald the Monster Trump. We do it legally. We do it ethically. We do it peacefully. 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 And we do it financially and by voting. Those of you who will not stay here, you do it at your own peril and at mine. The fact of the matter is, he could order a nuclear strike, and we couldn't do a thing about it. If it terrifies you, it should. Do I want you to stay up at night and need medical attention because you go crazy? You have a psychiatric breakdown? No. But we can't live our heads in the sand either. If 3 or even 4 of those teams were to say, I will not do this illegal order, but one of them decides to do it, the end result is we're dead. Do you understand the word dead? Those of you who won't stay here, we can be killed because of his actions. We have one of the most prejudiced, misogynistic, evil human beings to ever be in that White House. But here's what we do. We get upset. We get on Facebook. We do some of the things that I do, if you have the courage. But we beat them by spending a lot less money, by doing boycotts, by protesting, by writing. We do not relent. We must not relent because it is our future. We must not relent because it is wrong to have Americans working twice as hard, 3 times as hard, and in the future 10 times as hard as the billionaires do. It is wrong. And I won't apologize. If everybody unfriends me, I don't care. I will not put my head in the sand for anyone. I will not relent for anyone. This is wrong. You do not call anybody from any country an asshole. It is wrong now. It is wrong was wrong in the past. It is wrong at present, and it will be wrong in the future. We must legally, ethically, financially, and peacefully remove this atrocious entity out of that White House. But we do it peacefully, legally, ethically, and financially. To those of you who cannot handle what I am saying to you, I will pray for you and for our nation and all of our nations, because you don't want to accept the truth. It's not even that you can't handle the truth. You don't want to accept the truth. But the truth isn't going anywhere. If I have a broken window, I could say my window isn't broken, but if it's broken, it's broken. I'm not yelling at you. But you have to understand our lives are at risk here. We must legally, ethically, peacefully, and financially do something about it. I urge each and every one of you that has the courage to call Congress and ask to take up the measure of impeachment. Call every single Republican. Call every single Democrat at 1-202-224-3121. I am Albert Torcaso, and I approve of this message. I approve of this Facebook Live because it is the right thing to do and to say. Your life matters. My life matters. Even Trump's life matters. But he must be legally, peacefully, ethically, and financially compelled to stop these horrendous actions. I approve of this message. And my name is Albert J. Torcaso.